Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Member Spotlight. Today we have with us Hussain Bandukwala with Parwaaz Consulting. Hussain specializes in project management. Welcome, Hussain.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome Kash and thank you so much Kashif. Really appreciate being here.
Yeah, of course. So please share with us about your journey, where you started and where you are now.
Perfect. Absolutely. So again, thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for this platform, Kashif. Really appreciate it. Um, I'm originally from Karachi, born and bred there. After doing my high school, I came to the US, did my undergrad there and worked there for about 10 years in management technology consulting before moving to my current, I would say, home, which is Toronto. And I've been here for about 14, 15 years or so. I've had a career in management tech consulting pretty much all my life. And essentially that led to me branching into what I do today, right? So with management technology consulting, you have essentially an opportunity to learn and grow along the way. You get really thrown in the deep end of the pool and you're expected to swim out of it. That comes with a lot of challenges and a lot of learnings, which is where I got exposure to project management, even though I have a background in computer science. So project management led to program management led to PMO or project management office leadership. And essentially, I got into my line of work because one day I wanted to actually share with the world, um, what I've learned along the way, and at that point in time, this is back in 2014, there was a site called SlideShare, which was very popular, where you could just share, knowledge in the form of a presentation out there. And I shared it with the pure intent of sharing my knowledge. And I started noticing a lot of downloads and people reaching out for more. And then at that point in time, I thought, maybe I'm onto something. And that's what got me into where I am today.
All right. So share with us what do you do with the Parwaaz Consulting? What is specifically like services that you are providing?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Parwaaz Consulting, we focus on helping companies become better at the way they manage projects, right? So any company that is doing something for growth, which essentially all companies are running projects, whether they recognize them officially as projects, they might call them something else like initiatives or any programs, but essentially they're running these, I would say, uh, engagements with a start date, an end date, and a desired unique outcome or product or service. And whether it's consulting, whether it's IT, whether it's construction, whether it's small businesses, whether it's Fortune 500 companies, they're all running them. And my focus is to help them become better at what they do. And I do that in a variety of different ways. The first way is to help them understand where they are today and really define a roadmap of where they would like to be and help them implement that roadmap. A lot of it comes in with the implementation of a project management department called Project Management Office or PMO, which is what I specialize in.
Okay.
The other angle that I focus on is working directly with the directors or leaders of those project management departments, or in our conversation, I'll be referring to them as PMO leaders. A lot of PMO leaders get thrust into the role, but they've never done this before. They've had a lot of maybe project management experience. They might have a lot of internal organizational experience, but never in project management even. And so if they get thrust into this opportunity, they don't know what they need to do to make sure things get done. And so I coach them behind the scenes to make that happen. I also help companies find the right project management tools, get them implemented and adopted. And I also offer customized project management trainings and workshops to help either instill the project management mindset within the organization
Mhm.
or elevate that within the organization to get more out of less.
All right. Fabulous. So, can you share with us some of the stories, some of the success stories of working with the clients? And so, what size of clients do you work with, and anything that you can share from that perspective?
Absolutely, Kaushik. So there are two different types of clients that I generally love to work with. One is, your small business owners who have a company size of about maybe 20 to 50 people in headcount.
Okay.
And, they're looking to scale, not grow. And what the difference is that with growth, you have more problems, you throw more people at it, it goes away, right? The problems go away. Scaling is you have more problems coming in, but with the same amount of resources, which is people, you're able to go ahead and tackle those challenges, right? And so when when these companies, when these small businesses come to me, they're essentially looking, specifically the CEOs are looking to get out of the weeds so they can do more on what they need to do. They're
Mhm.
looking to identify the organization's way of actually managing projects and doing them in a consistent, effective, efficient, and transparent manner, right? So
Okay.
that is what I work with from a small business perspective. Then you have companies that are about 100 to 150 to 200 people, company sizes that are generally looking to set up that project management department because now they're at a point where they have enough project managers officially or program managers. They have a lot of projects going on and they need a specific business unit within
Okay.
their organization that can help them manage all of that. So, how should they go about setting one up? Or if they have one already, how can they optimize it and get the most bang out of their buck? That's where I come in and help these companies.
Okay. Related to the project management side, what do you see usually when you are working with companies? What type of problems that they are facing, or that you are able to resolve for them?
So there are a few things that I see are quite common, irrespectively of the small businesses or the 100 to 150 type companies. And in fact, I've had the great pleasure of working with some, pretty popular global brands, some Fortune 500 companies, some private equity backed companies as well. Uh, and I find that they essentially have very similar problems, similar pain points when they're coming to me. The first one is that they have no, or they used to have either no systematic manner of running projects or too many systematic manners in terms of running projects. So with the smaller companies, that there isn't one. With the larger companies, they had one, and then somebody came and created another one version, and then created another version, and so there was no really one way of really doing a systematic project management approach. The other the others challenge that I found was you had executive leadership, either at the VP or director level for the larger companies or at the C level for the smaller companies, and they would be like, well, we have so many projects going on, but we have no idea what's happening, right? There is no clear transparency, and we wish we knew what was going on, or even better, we knew what was going on. And if there were any potential risks to the project, we
Hmm.
knew we heard about them before, so we could do something about it rather than those risks becoming issues and now we have to solve them,
Okay.
right? So that's the other challenge. And then I think the third challenge that I often find is that uh, we have a lot of projects. We're not sure whether we're doing the right projects,
Hmm.
and even more, are we assigning the right people to those projects? And when you have a lot of projects going on, you're staffing too many people on them. There's a lot of
Hmm.
chaos, a lot of confusion, but also that also results in a lot of turnover, which is a lot of overhead and lost dollars in sort of you
Yep.
know replacing the institutional knowledge plus the whole onboarding fees, hiring fees, etc. So these are the typical challenges that I see when organizations come to me.
Do you specialize in any particular industry?
I've had the great pleasure of working with about 12 plus industries from life sciences to healthcare to pharmacy to financial services to tech. construction consulting. So, I've not, I would say, specialized per se in any industry, but the kind of offerings that I have, the approaches and methodologies and frameworks that I have developed over time, which I also teach, on platforms like LinkedIn Learning, where about 160,000 people have benefited from my courses. Uh, they are pretty industry agnostic, right? They're in fact also agnostic of the kind of uh, companies that I work with, and
Mhm.
they're very customizable and organically driven.
Okay. So you are a well-known name on LinkedIn. Can you share a little bit about that the courses that you are offering there?
Absolutely. So on LinkedIn Learning, and those of you who don't know what LinkedIn Learning is, it is essentially LinkedIn's online education platform, which is available on a subscription basis. And if there are any courses that people are interested on, they can also get on an a la carte basis. So I think there are about maybe 14, 15,000 or so
Mhm.
courses in the library that they have on all topics from project management, of course, to anything around business, anything around emotional intelligence, leadership, even technical skills. Lots of options out there. um, so I have three courses on the platform. The first one is called Setting Up a PMO. So essentially department the project management department that I referred to earlier, how should one set one up. That course is dedicated to that. My second course is how to successfully lead a PMO. So essentially, how a PMO leader, once a PMO setup, should really take and elevate and optimize the project management department. And the third course is called Thriving as a Project Manager in the Age of AI. And that's really all about the positive mindset in terms of how we should embrace AI as a project manager and not really see it as a threat, and what are the practical strategies and tactics that project managers can take to adopt AI, and as a result accelerate their success in the field and career.
All right, perfect. So outside of work that you are doing, what are your other activities, your hobbies?
I'm a pretty big uh, cricket and American football buff. So, really excited about the American football season starting. We cricket tournaments happen every now and then, so that's fun. I also enjoy playing squash a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
All right. And last question, what advice would you give to fellow entrepreneurs?
You know, uh, this is something that I heard from someone who I think is pretty successful in the field of entrepreneurship, and it really sort of stuck with me. And he applies this rule that he created called the 3H rule, right? And one H stands for humility, the other H stands for honesty, and the third H stands for hard work. And he said that if there is something in his career, his work, in his in his business that is not going as expected, it's a bit of an introspection exercise for him to see,
Mhm.
well, which age is he not living up to? Has he not been humble? Has he not been honest? Or has he not worked hard enough? And he takes a look at that and he sees, well, what is it that I can do about that? So that 3H approach really stuck with me. And that's what I share with a lot of people who ask me this question.
All right. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I've definitely made a note of it and will be looking at applying it. So, really appreciate you being here, being part of AMCOB, and being with us on this journey.
No, thank you so much. This is a great platform, Ashraf. I really appreciate you creating it, reaching out, inviting us as being part of it. I'm really enjoying the camaraderie, the openness, and the direct feedback and approach that the members provide, as well as you. So thank you for doing what you do, and looking forward to more to come, inshallah.
All right. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum. Yeah.
Walaikum salam.